Okay, so they want the area of the circle. Okay, so area of circle, we know the formula for the area of circle is equal to pi r squared. R is the radius. The radius, it's just this part. This is the radius, it's half of the diameter time. The diameter is the line connecting the point 2 and 3 and 5 and 7. Okay, so we need how long that line is, which is the distance. We just calculated the distance for these 2 points 2 problems ago. We know it's gonna be a 5. If you don't know how, go check problem 26 or 25. Anyway, we know that this is a 5, the radius is half of that, so we know now that the radius is 2.5. So the area of the circle will be pi times 2.5 squared, which is pi times 2.5 times 2.5. We can multiply it here, 2.5 times 2.5. Ignore the decimals for now. 5 times 5, that's 25. 5 times 2, that's 10 plus 2, that's 12. Plus put a 0. 2 times 5, that's a 10. 2 times 2, that's a 4. Plus 1, that's a 5. Add 5, 2, 6. The decimal here after one number, the decimal here after one number. So the answer will be after two numbers. So the answer is 6.25, and of course we have a pi. So the answer is B. Okay, if the area of a rectangle is 1 meter squared and the length of this rectangle is square root of 7 plus 1 meters, then the width of the rectangle is. So we have a rectangle. Doesn't want to yeah. We have a rectangle, okay? We have the area is 1, and we have the length is square root of 7 plus 1. We want the width, okay? So we have area of rectangle, the area of rectangle anyway equals length times width. The area, we already have it, it's 1. He gave us the area, which is 1, equals the length. We have the length, square root 7 plus 1, times the width. We don't know the width, so let's just call it W. Okay, I need to find the width, so divide by square root 7 plus 1, divide by square root 7 plus 1. This will cancel. Let's move this a little bit to the left. So W will be equal to 1 over square root 7 plus 1. Okay, this answer isn't in the answer, so we need to multiply by the conjugate to cancel the root in the denominator. So multiply by square root 7 minus 1, square root 7 minus 1. So W will be equal to square root 7 minus 1. 1 times anything gives the same thing. In the denominator, we can apply our shortcut, first times first, last times last. Square root of 7 times square root of 7, the square root cancels, so it's a 7. Positive 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. So that's gonna be square root of 7 minus 1 over 6, which is C. Okay, this is really similar to it. A rectangle has an area of 20 centimeter. One side is square root of 18 minus square root of 8. What is the length of the other side? Okay. First, let's simplify that square root of 18 minus square root of 8. So factor the 18. The 18, we can say it's 3 times 6. The 3 can't be factored any further. The 6 is 2 times 3. Okay, we have the 3 repeated twice. So that square root of 18, take what's repeated twice once. So 3. What's left, not repeated, put it under the root. So that square root of 18 is 3 radical 2. Let's do the same with the 8. The 8 is 2 times 4. The 4 is 2 times 2. Take what's repeated twice outside, so square root of 8 equals what's repeated twice, take it once, what's left not repeated, keep it under the root. So the length is actually square root of 18, which is 3 radical 2, minus square root of 8, which is 2 radical 2. 3 radical 2 minus 2 radical 2, consider the radical 2 just like an x. So that's 1 radical 2, which is just radical 2. Okay. So let's apply the same. We found the length. Let's find the length of the other side, which is the width, يعني. So area equals length times width. So the area is 20 equal the length we have it, which is radical 2 times width. Let's do the same as we did. Divide by radical 2, divide by radical 2. So W equal 20 over radical 2. Of course, this wouldn't be the answer. We need to multiply by the conjugate. We only have the radical, so we just multiply by the radical up and down. There is no plus or minus in here because the denominator is just the radical. So W will be equal 20 times radical 2, which is 20 radical 2, over radical 2 times radical 2, which is just 2. These can be divided. 20 divided by 2 is 10, so it's 10 radical 2, which is A. Okay, a rectangular garden has an area of 1,600 meters squared, and its length exceeds its width by 60 meters. Find the parameter. Okay, so we have a rectangular garden. Let's draw it out. Okay, we have the area is 1,600, and the length exceeds the width by 60. The length is 60 more than the width. So if the width is W, then the length is W plus 60. Okay, same formula, area equal length times width. So we have the area, it's 1,600 equals W plus 60, which is the length times the width, which is just W. Distribute. So 1,600 equals W squares plus 60W. Move this 1,600 to the other side. So 0 equal W squared plus 60W minus 1,000. 600. Okay. We need to factor this one to know what W is. And my advice is ignore the zeros. Put them at the end. Just take the 16. 16 is 1 times 16, 2 times 8, 3 we don't have, and 4 times 4. Okay, so we need, ignore the zeros, so we need a 6. The first number is positive. The second number will be negative because the second sign is negative, so it will be the opposite. That's a 15, a 6, and a 0. Clearly, it's -2 and 8, so 0 will be equal W minus 2, W plus 8. But let's not forget that we need zeros. 2 times 8, it gives only the 16. You need the 2 zeros, so put a 0 in here and a 0 in here. 20 times 80 is 1600. 80 minus 20 is the positive 60 in the middle, so it's correct. So that means W is 20 or W is -80. The one that has the negative, that's rejected because the width is always positive, it can't be negative. So W is 20. He doesn't want W though. So if we know this one is 20, so this will be 20. This one here, it's gonna be 20 plus 60. So this one here is gonna be 80. This is another 20, this is another 80. We can find the parameter. We just need to add all of them. 20 plus 20 plus 80 plus 80. That's 160 plus 40, so that will be equal to 200. Okay, ratios, variations, and mixtures. If y varies directly with the cube of x, that's a trick right there. So we have y, we're comparing between y and not x, cube of x, which is x cubed. Okay. Where y is equal to 54. So when y was 54, x was 3, but I'm not dealing with the 3, I'm dealing with 3 cubed. 3 times 3 is 9, times another 3, that's 27. Then if x is 2, but it's also not 2, 2 cubed. 2 cubed is 2 times 2, 4 times 2, which is 8. Then y equals, so this would be y. Okay, so this is direct variation, so just cross multiply. So y will be equal the two numbers together divided by the number multiplied to y. So it's gonna be 54 times 8 divided by 27. Again, if you're good with your multiplication or with your division, you would know that these are 2. Now, mister, if I don't know that they are 2, just divide by 9 up and down. So this will be 2 times 8, which is equal to 16. So the trick here was this part, the cube of x. So whatever value of x you have, you need to cube it. Okay. A ship carries X passenger and has enough food stored for Y days. How many days will the same food last if the number of passengers is Z? Okay, so we need to know here. The previous problem, he told me it was a direct variation. This one he didn't mention, so we need to know what type of variation it is. So we have a fixed number of food and we have passengers for a specific number of days, but the food is constant. Okay, so the more passengers we have, if we have the same amount of food and we have more passengers, will the food last more days or less days? طبعا لا, it will last less days because more passengers means they are eating the food more, so the food or the fixed amount of food it will remain for less days. So in here, this is an inverse variation or an inverse proportion. So we're comparing between passengers and days. So X passengers are eating the food stored in Y days. How many days will the same food last if the number of passengers is Z? So this is Z. This one we can call question mark. طبعا this is inverse variation, so we're gonna use L multiplication. These are multiplied, this is divided. So the question mark, our answer is X times Y divided by Z, which is B. Okay, if A and B are positive integers such that A times B is 36 and A is greater than 6. Okay, so A and B are positive and they are integers. It means they are not decimals, they are not fractions. So the easiest way to solve this, A times B is 36. What number times what gives 36? And he's telling me that the ratio of B to A is 1 to 4. يعني B over A equals 1 over 4. Okay, let's see how this goes. What number times what gives 36? And A is greater than 6. So we can say 6 times 6, but no, he said A is greater than 6. So 6 wouldn't do. We need more than 6. 7, no. 8, 8 times something gives 36. Do we have 36 in the 8 times table? No. What about the 9? Do we have the 9? Yeah, we do have the 9. 9 times what? So the 36 is 9 times 4. Okay, so this is A and this is supposed to be B. Now he's telling me the ratio of B to A is 1 to 4. يعني B over A, it's 4 over 9. 4 over 9 can't be simplified أصلا. It's not equal to 1 over 4. فإت's not 9 times 4. But what else gives 36? 10, no. 11, no. 12. 12 times 3. Well, this is A and this is B. Now let's try. B divided by A equals 3 over 12. You can simplify that by dividing divided by 3 divided by 3, which is 1 over 4. So yes, the numbers A equals 12 and B equals 3. What does he want? A minus B. So A minus B equal 12 minus 3 equals 9. Okay, if the ratio of F of G to F is 4 to 5, and the ratio of F to E is 3 to 2, then the ratio of G to E is, okay. In ratios here, we aren't given a fixed value. It's just they are all ratios. If our question is all ratios, just write them as fractions. So we have G over F equals 4 over 5. And the second one, we have F over E equals 3 over 2. طب he wants G over E. This G and this E. Right. Do we find something in common? Yeah, the F is in common. So let's find the G in F as a function of F. Let's find the E as a function of F. So if we find the G will be equal the other two, 4 times F, which is 4F over 5. Okay, what about this one? Same thing. A equals 2 times F, which is 2F, over the one with the E, which is 3. Okay, now let's take these and find what he wants. He wants G to E, which is G divided by E. G is 4F over 5 divided by E is 2F over 3. Keep, change, flip. G over E equal 4F over 5 times, flip the other one, 3 over 2F. F will cancel with F. Divided by 2 is 1, divided by 2 is 2. So G over E is 2 times 3, which is 6, over 5 times 1, which is 5. So G to E equals 6 to 5, which is A. Okay, if the ratio of Ali's income to Badr's income is 7 to 2, and Ali's income is 35 KD. And here you can write it as fraction if you want, but here we have a fixed value. Ali to Badr is 7 to 2, so we can assume X. Ali came first, so Ali 7X. Badr came last, so Badr is 2X. Ali's income is 35, so 35, the one that Ali's income, or the one that Ali own يعني, is equal to 7X. Divide by 7, divide by 7. So now we have X is equal to 5. So Badr's income, Badr, is 2 times X. We found X to be 5, so 2 times 5, which is equal to 10. 10A بقى الله أعلم in KD. Okay, moving forward. How many kilograms of nuts with 15% almond content do we need to mix with 5 kilograms of nuts with 5% almond content to get a mixture with 10% almond content? So clearly it's a mixture problem. So we have a formula memorized for that. C1 V1 plus C2 V2 equal CT VT. And we said that VT is V1 plus V2. What is this about? C1 is the concentration of the first solute. C2 is the concentration of the second solute. Yeah, it is the dilation problem from chemistry. And CT is the final concentration, or the concentration of the outcome. V1 and 2 are the volumes of the first and the second solvent. VT is the volume of the final or the total solvent. وطبعا VT it's V1 plus V2. توكلنا على الله. How many kilograms? He's asking about V1 with 15% almond content. So this 15%, that's your C1. So this is 15, you don't have to write it with a percent. Plus, do we need to mix with 5 kilograms, that's your V2, with 5% almond content, that's your C2. So 5 times 5 equals, to get a mixture with 10%, that 10% is the total concentration. And VT, we said VT is V1 plus V2. So V1 plus, we know V2 which is 5. So we just need to solve this. 15v1 plus 25 equal 10 times v1 is 10v1, 10 times 5 is 50. We can put this one here, put this one here. So that's 15v1 minus 10v1 equals 50 minus 25. So that's 5v1 equals 25 divided by 5 divided by 5. So v1 equals 5. So the final answer is 5.